Welcome back, Reason Seekers. Today, we're settling a streaming grudge match as we break down why Stranger Things is definitively better than The Umbrella Academy. One show is a pop culture juggernaut, the other is about a family that could use a lot more therapy and a lot less time travel. Grab your egos, this is gonna get messy. The 80s nostalgia is a cultural phenomenon, not just a backdrop. The Umbrella Academy treats its time periods like quirky vacation spots, fun to visit, but ultimately interchangeable. Stranger Things is the 1980s. The nostalgia isn't just a filter slapped over the screen, it's the very soul of Hawkins. From the Dungeons & Dragons campaigns that frame the mythology to the Ghostbusters costumes and the vital role of Kate Bush, every detail serves the story. This isn't just about referencing the Goonies, it's about embedding the characters in a world where walkie-talkies are high-tech and the local mall is the center of the universe. It makes the supernatural threats feel more invasive because they're tearing apart a world we recognize and cherish. The Umbrella Academy wears the 60s like a costume. Stranger Things breathes 80s air. The Upside Down is a genuinely terrifying and iconic parallel world. While the Umbrella Academy offers disjointed timelines and pocket dimensions, the Upside Down is a singular, horrifying concept executed flawlessly. It's not just another place. It's a cold, dark, decaying echo of our own world, a parasitic dimension teeming with vines and spores. The genius lies in its simplicity and its atmospheric dread. The visual of a corrupted, ash-filled Hawkins is instantly iconic and deeply unsettling in a way that the Sterile Commission or the Sparrow Academy could never be. It feels ancient, malevolent, and fundamentally wrong. The Umbrella Academy's threats are often external conflicts or temporal headaches. The Upside Down is a metaphysical cancer, a shadow dimension that makes the ground beneath your feet feel unsafe. It's pure, visual horror that has rightfully earned its place in pop culture infamy. All right, pause the debate. You think you're smarter than us? Get down in the comments and drop your most savage reason why Stranger Things reigns supreme. We're reading every single one, and the most legendary takes might just get featured in a future Users Edition. Don't hold back, we can take it. The core friendship between the kids feels more authentic and earned. The Hargreeves siblings are a dysfunctional collective, bound by trauma and obligation. Their alliances shift every 5 minutes, driven by resentment and ego. The Hawkins kids, on the other hand, are a true party, a fellowship forged by choice in basements over D&D campaigns. Their bond was cemented through shared nerdy hobbies, bike rides, and navigating the horrors of middle school long before supernatural horrors came to town. This foundation makes their loyalty believable and their sacrifices impactful. We watch them argue, make up, and grow together, making their "friends don't lie" mantra feel genuinely earned. The Umbrella Academy shows us a family that struggles to even be in the same room. Stranger Things shows us friends who would literally walk into another dimension for each other. Vecna is a more compelling and menacing villain than the Handler. The Handler is a corporate-style antagonist with a flair for fashion and a bad temper. She's a nuisance, a bureaucratic obstacle in a fabulous coat. Vecna, however, is a true monster. He is a physical, psychological, and cosmic horror rolled into one terrifying package. He doesn't just want to control the timeline, he wants to shatter minds from the inside out, feasting on trauma and regret before grotesquely snapping his victims' bones. His threat is deeply personal, turning his target's worst memories into weapons against them. This makes him infinitely more menacing than a time-traveling middle manager. While the Handler's plans are convoluted and her motives mostly professional, Vecna's motives are pure nihilistic evil, born from a chillingly personal backstory. He is horror personified, not a quirky, gun-toting boss. Steve Harrington's character arc is one of the best in modern television. The Umbrella Academy characters experience emotional whiplash, but the Hargreeves siblings are mostly stuck relitigating the same childhood traumas. Steve Harrington, however, undergoes a complete and earned transformation from the archetypal 80s antagonist to the world's greatest nail-bat-wielding babysitter. He starts as all hair and ego, the king of Hawkins High, but gets systematically humbled into heroism. He doesn't just change, he evolves, finding a deeper purpose in protecting the kids he once would have ignored. It's a masterful, multi-season journey from peak jock entitlement to selfless protector. The Hargreeves just find new ways to be dysfunctional in different decades. Steve finds a new, better version of himself amongst the chaos and monsters. The show creates genuine horror and suspense, not just quirky action. The Umbrella Academy treats world-ending threats like an elaborate dance number. Its action is quirky, choreographed chaos set to a catchy pop song. Entertaining, but rarely tense. Stranger Things, however, understands the DNA of horror. It knows that true suspense isn't about how cool a fight looks, but about the suffocating dread of what's hiding in the dark. It masterfully builds tension, from the flickering Christmas lights spelling out a desperate message to the slow, bone-snapping ascension of Vecna's victims. It's the difference between watching a stylish shootout and feeling your heart pound as a child hides from a monster in a shed. One is a fun spectacle, the other is primal fear. The Umbrella Academy gives you action comedy. Stranger Things gives you actual nightmares. Its cultural impact and water cooler moments are simply on another level. The Umbrella Academy is a show people enjoy. Stranger Things is a show people live through. When was the last time a TUA scene caused a global music chart resurgence or a national shortage of frozen waffles? The answer is never. Stranger Things gave us the alphabet wall, Justice for Barb, the Scoops Troop, and single-handedly resurrected Kate Bush for an entire generation. These aren't just fan-favorite moments, they are legitimate cultural phenomena that break containment from the streaming app and dominate conversation for months. Everyone knows what an Eggo waffle means in this context. The Umbrella Academy has some fun dance sequences, but it doesn't create legendary, instantly recognizable cultural touchstones. One show is a conversation starter, the other is the conversation. The soundtrack isn't just a playlist, it's a vital part of the storytelling. The Umbrella Academy has a great mixtape. It uses well-known pop songs to create fun, energetic, and often ironic montages and fight scenes. It's effective, but it's fundamentally a needle-drop jukebox. The music in Stranger Things is far more ambitious. It doesn't just accompany the action, it is the action. Think of Will using "Should I Stay or Should I Go" to communicate from the upside down, or Max's life literally depending on running up that hill. The music is woven into the plot as a weapon, a lifeline, a thematic anchor. Coupled with its iconic, synth-heavy original score, the sound of Stranger Things is an essential character in its own right, not just background dressing for a quirky family brawl. Hopper and Joyce provide a more compelling adult emotional core. While Sir Reginald Hargreeves is a source of trauma and Pogo is a sympathetic but secondary figure, the adult stories in the Umbrella Academy often feel like a sideshow. In Stranger Things, the adult storyline is absolutely essential. The chemistry between Joyce Byers and Jim Hopper provides a grounded, emotionally resonant anchor for the entire series. Their journey from weary, grieving individuals to reluctant heroes and tentative partners is one of the show's strongest elements. They bring a level of pathos, humor, and gritty determination that elevates the stakes beyond just the kids' adventure. They are fiercely protective, deeply flawed, and incredibly real. The Hargreeves are dealing with daddy issues. Joyce and Hopper are dealing with life, loss, and Russian prisons, making their arc far more gripping. The mystery of Hawkins' lab is more grounded and intriguing than the Commission. The Temps Commission in the Umbrella Academy is a whimsical, bureaucratic mess of time-traveling assassins in silly outfits. It's intentionally absurd, but its infinite scope and vague rules make the stakes feel rubbery and ill-defined. Hawkins National Laboratory, on the other hand, is a far more compelling threat because it feels terrifyingly plausible. It taps into real-world Cold War paranoia and our darkest fears about government overreach and clandestine experiments on children. The mystery isn't about paradoxes and timeline integrity. It's about a concrete, sinister building on the edge of town, a place with secrets buried in its walls. This grounded approach makes the discovery of 11 and the gate to the Upside Down more shocking and conspiratorially satisfying. It tells a focused story without getting lost in convoluted time travel paradoxes. The Umbrella Academy's plot is a narrative Gordian knot. Every season introduces a new timeline, a new apocalypse, a new set of doppelgangers, and a new paradox that requires a whiteboard and a flowchart to understand. The show spends more time explaining its own convoluted rules than it does developing its story. Stranger Things, by contrast, has a beautifully simple and effective premise: a small town, a group of friends, and a gate to a monster dimension under their feet. The threat escalates and the mythology deepens, but the core conflict remains clear, focused, and personal. It doesn't need to constantly reset its own universe to create drama. It builds stakes season upon season, making the danger to Hawkins feel cumulative and genuinely terrifying. The monster designs, from the Demogorgon to the Mind Flayer, are pure nightmare fuel. The Umbrella Academy's monsters are usually just assassins in animal masks or a sentient cube. They're quirky and weird, but they aren't scary. Stranger Things, however, crafts creatures straight out of a horror master's sketchbook. The Demogorgon, with its faceless, petal-like maw of teeth, is an iconic piece of creature design. The Mind Flayer is a terrifying, Lovecraftian entity of smoke and shadow, a godlike being of pure malevolence. And Vecna is a masterpiece of practical effects, a grotesque fusion of man and upside-down decay. These aren't just antagonists, they are primal fears brought to life. They feel dangerous, otherworldly, and genuinely monstrous in a way that the Umbrella Academy's Rogues Gallery simply can't compete with. It mastered the art of the ensemble cast where every character matters. In the Umbrella Academy, the story often orbits 1 or 2 Hargreeves siblings per season, while the rest are relegated to B-plots that feel disconnected from the main apocalypse. Stranger Things practices a no-man-left-behind approach to its storytelling. It masterfully splits its large cast into smaller dynamic groups that eventually converge for the finale, ensuring everyone gets a meaningful arc. Whether it's the Scoops troupe cracking a Russian code in a mall, or the California crew on a road trip, every storyline feels essential to the larger puzzle. No one is wasted. This intricate narrative weaving makes the world feel richer and ensures that when the entire cast finally unites, the moment is earned and impactful, not just a contractual obligation. The emotional stakes for Hawkins feel higher than saving a world that constantly resets. The Umbrella Academy faces an apocalypse every season, a threat so routine it becomes a running gag. When the world can be destroyed and rebooted with a new timeline, the consequences feel temporary and the stakes feel incredibly low. In Stranger Things, the threat isn't to the entire cosmos, it's to Hawkins, Indiana. It's about protecting specific people we love: Mike, Dustin, Joyce, Steve, and a town we've come to know. This specificity makes the danger feel far more real and immediate. The potential loss isn't an abstract concept like the timeline. It's the very real death of a beloved character or the destruction of a tangible home. The smaller scale creates infinitely higher emotional stakes because the losses are permanent and personal. It launched the careers of a new generation of beloved actors. While the Umbrella Academy features a cast of established or recognizable actors, Stranger Things did something far more impressive. It created stars. Millie Bobby Brown, Finn Wolfhard, Gaten Matarazzo, Caleb McLaughlin, Noah Schnapp, Sadie Sink, Joe Keery, and Maya Hawke were largely unknown before the show. Now, they are household names and legitimate Hollywood power players. The show became a star-making factory, a testament to its incredible casting and the deep connection audiences formed with these characters and the actors who play them. It didn't just capitalize on existing fame, it defined a new generation of talent, making its mark on the industry in a way that goes far beyond its own runtime. It's a cultural launchpad, not just a cool gig. The visual aesthetic is more distinct, influential, and instantly recognizable. The Umbrella Academy has a solid, comic book-inspired look, but it often feels like a collection of different aesthetics. A bit of Wes Anderson, a dash of Tim Burton, a sprinkle of 60s retro. Stranger Things, however, has a singular, iconic visual identity. From the hazy, Spielbergian glow of suburban streets to the stark, neon-flecked darkness of the Upside Down, its look is completely cohesive. The show's visual language, full of warm, Amblin-esque cinematography and cold, Cronenbergian body horror, has been endlessly imitated but never duplicated. You know a Stranger Things scene the moment you see it. That distinct, perfectly executed aesthetic is a key part of its power, creating a world that feels both comfortably nostalgic and uniquely terrifying. It trusts its audience with slower, character-building moments. The Umbrella Academy operates at a frantic pace, constantly jumping between timelines, plot twists, and fight sequences. It's afraid that if it slows down, the audience will get bored. Stranger Things has the confidence to be quiet. It allows its characters to simply exist, to have conversations in a basement, to figure out their feelings at a video store, or to share a quiet moment in the back of a pizza van. These character-building scenes are the bedrock of the entire show. They make us care deeply about the relationships before the monsters show up, ensuring the subsequent action has real emotional weight. The Umbrella Academy is all frantic plot. Stranger Things understands that the quiet moments are what give the loud moments meaning. The show's logo and title sequence are legendary. Think about it. Can you hum the theme from the Umbrella Academy? Probably not. Can you instantly picture the glowing red, Stephen King-inspired font of the Stranger Things logo as the synth-heavy theme music builds? Absolutely. The title sequence is a masterclass in atmospheric branding. It's simple, evocative, and perfectly sets the tone for the mystery and 80s horror to come. It has become one of the most recognizable and parodied intros in television history. This isn't just a minor detail, it's a symbol of the show's meticulous world building and its firm grasp on its own identity. The Umbrella Academy has an intro. Stranger Things has a cultural artifact. It's an immediate signal that you're about to watch something iconic. It balances darkness with heartwarming moments more effectively. The Umbrella Academy's tone is consistently quirky and cynical, even in its most emotional moments. The darkness is undercut with snark, and the heartwarming moments often feel fleeting before the next chaotic event. Stranger Things excels at tonal whiplash in the best possible way. It can deliver a genuinely terrifying sequence with Vecna, and then pivot to a deeply moving heart-to-heart between two characters, like Robin and Steve in the bathroom. It finds authentic sweetness and hope amidst the horror. The show understands that the darkness is more impactful when contrasted with genuine light. Moments of friendship, first love, and familial bonding aren't just filler. They are the emotional core that makes the fight against the Upside Down worth fighting for. The Dungeons & Dragons lore provides a smarter, more cohesive framework. The Umbrella Academy's mythology is a chaotic grab bag of aliens, time travel commissions, talking monkeys, and mysterious glowing particles. It's eccentric, but lacks a clear underlying logic. Stranger Things brilliantly uses the established rules and lexicon of Dungeons & Dragons as a framework for its supernatural events. Naming the monsters, the Demogorgon, the Mind Flayer, Vecna, isn't just a nerdy reference. It's how the kids understand, categorize, and strategize against the unknowable horrors they face. It gives the audience a clever and accessible entry point into the show's lore. This D&D foundation provides a cohesive, intelligent structure that makes the mythology feel grounded and internally consistent, something 2A's Anything Goes approach sorely lacks. It's a smarter way to build a world. Stranger Things will be remembered as a defining show of the streaming era. The Umbrella Academy is a fun, successful streaming show. Stranger Things, however, is a landmark television event. It's one of a handful of series that truly defined Netflix's cultural dominance and the binge-watching model. It proved that a streaming-first show could become a global, multi-generational phenomenon, on par with the biggest network hits or cable prestige dramas of the past. Years from now, when people talk about the signature shows of this era, the ones that changed the game and captured the zeitgeist, Stranger Things will be in the same breath as Game of Thrones. The Umbrella Academy will be remembered as a very good show that ran during that time. One is a product of the era, the other is its monument. And that's the final nail in the coffin. Thanks for watching us dismantle the competition. If you've got an argument that could send us to the Upside Down, prove it in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a takedown. 21 Reasons Why. Epic debates, legendary comments.